inflation got you scratching your head? Don't worry, you're not alone. Many people find the concept of inflation confusing, but it's actually quite simple once you break it down. We've got the scoop on what it is and how to handle it. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear understanding of inflation and the tools used to control it. Inflation is when prices for goods and services go up over time. This means that the money you have today won't buy as much tomorrow. Think of it like this. If you used to buy a candy bar for $1, but now it costs $2, that's inflation. It's a gradual increase in prices that affects everything from groceries to gas. But why does it happen? There are several factors that can cause inflation, and understanding them is key to managing it. Sometimes it's because everyone wants to buy more stuff than what's available. This is known as demand-pull inflation. Other times, it's because making products gets pricier, like when oil prices climb. This is called cost-push inflation. And if there's too much money floating around, prices can also spike. This is known as monetary inflation. So how do governments fight inflation? They have several tools at their disposal to keep inflation in check. They might raise interest rates, making loans more expensive to cool down spending. This is a common method used by central banks, or they could reduce the money supply, pulling cash out of circulation. This helps to decrease the amount of money chasing too few goods. Sometimes they even cut back on spending or hike up taxes to reduce the money folks have to spend. This can help to slow down the economy and bring prices back under control. In 2024, countries are still tackling inflation from recent economic hiccups and supply chain issues. The global economy is interconnected, and disruptions in one part of the world can affect prices everywhere. So, central banks and governments are busy balancing the economy, aiming to keep prices steady. This requires constant monitoring and adjustment of policies. Remember, a little inflation is normal, but when it gets out of hand, that's when the big guns come out to stabilize things. It's a delicate balance that requires careful management. Got it? Cool. Now you're ready to tackle inflation like a pro. But let's dive deeper into each of these concepts to really solidify your understanding. Let's start with demand-pull inflation. This occurs when the demand for goods and services exceeds their supply. Imagine a popular new gadget hits the market and everyone wants one. The high demand drives up the price. Manufacturers may struggle to keep up with the demand, leading to shortages and higher prices. This is a classic example of demand-pull inflation. Next, let's talk about cost-push inflation. This happens when the cost of production increases, causing businesses to raise prices to maintain their profit margins. For instance, if the price of oil goes up, it affects the cost of transportation and production of many goods. These increased costs are often passed on to consumers in the form of higher prices. Monetary inflation, on the other hand, is caused by an increase in the money supply. When there's more money in circulation, people have more to spend, which can drive up prices. Central banks control the money supply through various mechanisms, such as adjusting interest rates and conducting open market operations. By managing the money supply, they can influence inflation rates. Now let's explore how governments and central banks combat inflation. One of the primary tools they use is interest rate adjustments. By raising interest rates, borrowing becomes more expensive. This discourages people and businesses from taking out loans and spending money, which can help to cool down an overheated economy. Higher interest rates can also attract foreign investment, which can strengthen the national currency and help to reduce inflation. Another method is reducing the money supply. Central banks can do this by selling government bonds, which takes money out of circulation. When people buy these bonds, they are essentially lending money to the government, which reduces the amount of money available for spending. Fiscal policies, such as cutting government spending or increasing taxes, can also help to control inflation. By reducing the amount of money people have to spend, these measures can help to slow down the economy. These policies can be controversial, as they can lead to reduced public services and higher taxes, but they are sometimes necessary to keep inflation in check. In today's interconnected world, global supply chain issues can also contribute to inflation. Disruptions in one part of the world can lead to shortages and higher prices elsewhere. For example, if a major port is closed due to a natural disaster, it can delay the delivery of goods and drive up prices. Central banks and governments must constantly monitor these global factors and adjust their policies accordingly to maintain economic stability. It's important to remember that a moderate level of inflation is normal and even beneficial for the economy. It encourages spending and investment, which can drive economic growth. However, when inflation gets too high, it can erode purchasing power and create uncertainty, which can harm the economy. That's why central banks and governments work hard to keep inflation at a manageable level using a combination of monetary and fiscal policies. Got it? Cool. Now you're ready to tackle inflation like a pro. But remember, understanding inflation is just the first step. Staying informed and aware of economic trends is key to making smart financial decisions. Keep an eye on interest rates, government policies, and global events that can impact inflation. This will help you stay ahead of the curve and make informed choices. Whether you're planning your budget, investing, or just trying to understand the economy, knowing how inflation works will give you a valuable edge. So, stay curious, keep learning, and you'll be well equipped to navigate the ever-changing economic landscape. Got it? Cool. Now you're really ready to tackle inflation like a pro. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more economic insights. We hope you enjoyed this deep dive into inflation. If you have any questions or topics you'd like us to cover, leave a comment below. See you next time. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay smart, and stay ahead of inflation. Until next time, take care. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss an update. See you in the next video. Thank you for watching. Stay informed, stay smart, and stay ahead of inflation. Until next time, take care.